A good day, everyone. Here at ISHA, today we have a presentation, a demonstration of the ISHA Horse Pro Bioresonance NLS. So this is the startup screen, and the first thing we do is we press the start button. This is the card file, information file, by which you can a few buttons. A new card, so that's the first thing you do. You press the button for a new card. You give it the horse. You fill in the data, like the horse name, the owner's name, the gender, the age. You can fill it in or select on the drop down. The address. The phone, email, and we press OK. So now we created the file. By the way, here you can fill in the complaints, so that's possible. For example, anxiety. The diagnose can be selected, and then you can press proceed. Here we see the first picture of the horse, of the body. So there are many items to be scanned. The wall of the stomach. I can show you the list by scrolling down. So there are a lot of items who are scanned. And I take the time so you can read it all. You see all the items. And that's a lot, as you see. On top we see different buttons, the interactive anamnesis, you already know. We see a button for metatherapy here, and then you can select the number of automatic treatments, one of up to 5 times. The research type, express, normal, detailed or scientific. Scientific, then you get many more items to select from, as you see. We prefer always, then you also have the RNA fragments, etc. So that's also important. We can go back to the card index, because here there's also a photo option, so you can use your camera or just with clicking past the photo inside. Now let's do a research. This research, by this we select, if you click with the right mouse button or here manual choice, you can do the automatic choice. You can define your own choices, so make selections and save them under the case numbers. You can select them all, so let's do that, and press the research button. And this is going to be a long list, a long presentation. And what do we see here? Here we see the item which is scanned, in this case the pancreatic duct wall. Here we see the scale, the Fengler scale, which presents the input and the output. And you will notice, if you follow the ISHA classes, you get every detail of it. But in time, those lines will become more and more together and form finally, when they are at their best in the treatments, one line at a level 2. Below we see the needies values, so those dots, those triangles here present the needies. And yeah, there's a lot of information, so you really have to study the ISHA Apprentice Master classes, at least level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 also for the automatic treatments. But the number 1 presents healing from the body itself. These are also called needies, needus, in the Apprentice Master classes. You speak in terms of bioreceptors. They are all over the body and all tissues. Number 1 represents healing of the body itself. Number 2 is excellent. Number 3 is a normal state. 4 is below state. 5 is worse. And 6 is the worst state. So those needies, normally they are spinning those bioreceptors and generate information. But when they are paralyzed by toxins, neurotoxins, emotions, external influences. But if you want to know more about this, the real knowledge, then you really have to study the Apprentice Master classes. So we go on with the scan. So then we can pause it. Normally this scan takes a long time. So you can also, for this presentation, you have seen all the items here, which are a lot. You can go to the card index or continue your research. You can also do metatherapy. And let's, for example, do it 5 times. Press the metatherapy button. And then the item and the body gets treated 5 times. And the system recognizes the good things from the bad things. So for the good things, the sun is used to enforce so now let's make a new card. Again, horse name, drafter, owner's name, Sir Bernard. It's a female, Age is 6 years old. Address London. Phone, email, okay. We can proceed, and this time to show you the research type, we do the express one. And the express one contains less items, as you see. So this will take approximately 10 minutes, 15 minutes. You can select them with your mouse by this. If you use your arrow down, so you have your arrow up, down, left, right, and you use your arrow and your spacebar, you can select by hand very fast all the items. But you can also do it manual and say select all. So that's very fast. Now we have a express research type. Let's do the research. So you can see the full research of the express mode. So now the research is done, and we can go to the card index. From here we see the complete list of all the scanned items, and then we can go and view the results. Press the analysis button. We can do metatherapy 3, 4 or 5 times. Let's do it. And you see the improvements. You can also do the metatherapy, of course, as I showed you in the beginning, in the total list, and do the total list instead of one item. If you look at comparative analysis, you can see the results from the first to the last one, and you can see the improvement or worsening. Here's the metatherapy, sorry. And metatherapy 5, improvement, and you see the improvement from the first to the 5th metatherapy. You can save this information to print and print the documents. If we go to the test mode, here we see different libraries called etalons. And what's important, if you select an etalon, a group, and you can see here are all the etalons, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 etalons, and on the right side you can see what's in the etalon. So if we select an etalon, you will see the CSS values here. It's always important to press the button Show All. If you have a certain element, you can click on Description. You can do a sorting, and you also have to adjust all. So now they are adjusted. That's important to do. You will learn all these things, all the knowledge in the ISHA Apprentice Master Classes. But here you see the different catalogs. Let's clear it. Organo preparation, biochemical homeostasis, pathology, homeopathy, allergens, fears and emotions, very important for a lot of animals, certainly for horses, to balance them. Trace elements, cestodes, simples, flukes, nematodes, allopathy, mineral table, the vitamin table, food, horse diseases. So that's a very important. Here you also see the scale. Again, you really have to study the Apprentice Master Classes because it takes too much time to explain everything here. We have an auto model which shows information, the absolute model. All these buttons are also spoken and explained in the ISHA Apprentice Master Classes. And what counts for humans also counts for animals. You can a Vigator test can do a gated test, external, internal. You can also use your remedy cup, and if certain elements are not here in the libraries, for example, let's take food. You can test. You can test the food, but you can also make your own preparations, put them in the cup, give it a name, and then save this in your list. So you can also input your own remedies. Now let's go back to report section. Here you have different kinds of reports. A simple one, a more extended version, but these can also be made by yourself, so you can create your own reports. Let's go to the beginning. To the results. And this is the end of the presentation in one view.